Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for GrowMyBag.tv. Hope you're having a good one. What's good, what's good, what's good? So yes, we have a lot going on. As usual, there's a lot of news. Let's see. Probably too much for us to get through today. We can try. But wow. I mean, it's in the teens. It's in the teens. So tonight's poll question is, what firm just filed an S1 for a SUI ETF? Galaxy Digital, Fidelity, BlackRock, or other? If it's other, drop it down there. I want to know. So let's get started with the news. We've got Standard Chartered revises Ethereum's 2025 price projection from 8,000 to 4,000. And they're citing layer 2 risks, meaning layer 2s are sucking up the oxygen. But isn't Ethereum the gas? Don't worry, it's Monday. It's only cranberry juice. It's funny. It's St. Patty's Day, and my daughter comes running into my office. I'm talking about, Dad, you got vodka? Nah, little girl. What? She almost lost her mind. She was going to hang out with her friends, St. Patty's Day. Get it? College kids. So yeah, didn't have any, sweetie. Sorry. Yeah, I drained that bottle last week. Now, this is actually not political, but Trump and his partners over at DL something or other, DL DeFi, $390 million payday from World Financial token sale. Why? The president reportedly earned about that much money because of the sale that they just had. Remember, I had reported that it was a $590 million sale. Well, they're supposed to get 75% of it. Now, mind you, it's not political because he was involved with this a while ago. So I have no issues with it. Chicano, what's going on? Did you invest in yourself today? Did you invest in yourself today? Ripple files a trademark for Ripple custody. Now, that's significant. Yo, Paul Sewick, did you invest in yourself today? Now, the significance of Ripple filing for that patent, Ripple custody, and I keep stressing that term, that phrase. Why? Because banks are now allowed to provide custodial services to their customers. So Coinbase is where everybody ran to when they were creating their ETFs. Now you see where I'm going. So is it that Ripple could be biting into some of that? That would be interesting. No, I would find it to be interesting. So that could be a big deal. That one to me is interesting. I'm going to have to pay attention to it. Then the SEC is considering modifying crypto custody rules for investment advisors. The SEC is reviewing potential changes to its custody rule that could restrict investment advisors from using crypto firms as custodians, raising concerns about regulatory roadblocks for digital asset firms. Now, they're only reviewing it, and I don't know that it's going to go in a bad direction. So we'll have to wait. That one is actually a toss-up for me. That one is actually a toss-up. And remember last week I told you about how Nebraska put in some guardrails for ATMs, digital asset ATMs to be operated in that state? Bitcoin ATMs face global crackdown over crime and regulatory concerns. Authorities worldwide are tightening restrictions on Bitcoin ATMs amid concerns over money laundering and fraud, with within regions like the UK and US increasing oversight of unregistered machines. Aha, because that's where you go to set up one of these Bitcoin ATMs. It doesn't take a lot. It does not take a lot. So fraud, the deposit of, ill-gotten gains, right? take cash, drop it in the box, flips it into crypto, takes its percentage, and you keep it moving. Yeah, that's a very big deal. And yes, it has happened like that. And not just sometimes, it's happened a lot. That's why everybody's starting to look at what are the guardrails that should be put in place. So yeah, there's a crackdown. All right. Crypto traders hunt for mysterious $521 million Bitcoin whale. Blockchain analysts are tracking a Bitcoin whale holding about 6,500 Bitcoin worth about $521 million as recent large transactions suggest possible institutional accumulation or strategic market movements. They still haven't found it. We touched on this a little bit last week. No, they still have not found who it is or what it is. Very interesting. Very interesting to me. Again, for those that are listening, tonight's question: what firm just filed an S1 for a SUI ETF? Galaxy Digital, Fidelity, BlackRock, or other? And if you say other, I want you to drop it below. Chicano has not answered me. Paul Suick has not answered me. You are running errands. Cool. Hello, 8 Paws. Have all three of you invested in yourselves today? Next article. Robinhood partners with Kalshi. This is a very big deal. Duly noted, Rick. Now, the reason why that's a big deal is because they're creating crypto prediction markets and a basketball betting hub. Say what? Robinhood. This is Robinhood. So yeah, something to think about. Something to think about. Rick Ritchie, have you invested in yourself today? I would guess that you probably have. Chicano, Paul, 8 Paws, haven't heard anything from you. Have you invested in yourself? Actually, Paul just answered. So yeah, at least we got that guy. At least we got that guy. But everybody else, I need to know if you invested in yourself today. Then we have Shiba Inu's lead developer Satoshi Kusama disappears from X, raising speculation. And there could be a major shakeup. What Rick said. You'll invest in yourself tonight. Fair. You were running errands, so fair. Perspicacious and Rick both say it's Canary Capital. 50% of the rest of you said, 50% of you said BlackRock. Nobody said Fidelity. Wow. You know, I've put Fidelity in a few polls, and it's almost as if nobody's got faith in Fidelity. Ah, that's right. And you know what, Rick? You should slap me because I saw it. That's actually pretty cool. How are you liking the group? Because I was over there. Hutanik was over there. 8 Paws, you should go over there. Hutanik dropped a whole bunch of pearls. He dropped a whole bunch of pearls. Hashdex is eyeing a Solana X ETF, an XRP ETF, and a Cardano ETF following its Bitcoin success. I keep telling you guys, my issue is these single coin only ETFs. I don't know that they have a place. Like in the future, I don't know. Hutanik, we say go invest in yourself now. Go invest in yourself. Yo, Leroy in his house. What's going on? What's good? And you invested in yourself. Thank you very much for letting us know, because that's a very big deal. So that's kind of big. It's also kind of big that, you know, Satoshi Kusama, has disappeared off of X. Pretty sure everything's fine. But that's going to be very interesting to find out, well, why? Usually when people go quiet, it's because something big is happening, and I think something big could be happening over at Shiba Inu. So I'm kind of like, yeah. Hutanic, you know what I was thinking of for big baggers is creating a list. Well, this is for all the big baggers. Creating a list of tools that we use, right? So at least, so maybe we can. I have to figure out a way to see if there's a way for us to say, well, here's a tool, you know, vetted, you know, and if you like it, you'll hit one of the buttons, you'll give us a reaction, and then that way you'll be able to see how many big baggers approve of that tool. That could actually be a really good idea. So that way there's a there's a rolling list of resources that's there. Well, look, guys, let me know. Guys, ladies, let me know how you feel about that. Ton spikes 29% after Telegram founder Pavel Durov hypes blockchain integration, but it's really because he was allowed to leave France. That's really what happened. Remember, he was detained in France. They finally let him leave after holding him hostage. Is how I would put it. That's what I would say. Because basically they were like, well, you need to give us a back door. And I think the fight was just kept going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I don't know if he said yes. Now, a while ago, I told you that Bitfarms was going to buy Stronghold because they want to get into another line of business. Bitcoin mining firm Bitfarms has acquired Stronghold Digital Mining, adding 50 megawatts of power capacity to its operations, enhancing its mining efficiency and rising competition amidst rising competition. But one of the other reasons why they did that is because it gives them the power to also dip into artificial intelligence, which also takes up a lot of power. Now, with regard to that, if you're really paying attention to that space, you'll also know that when DeepSeek came out, DeepSeek didn't use CUDA, which is the proprietary language that NVIDIA uses. And the reason why that's a very big deal is because they figured out a way to make the processors more efficient because of all their bit tensors. So I'm just kind of like, ooh, that's interesting. Which means that when you have more power behind your machines, you've got to remember, if you're using a more efficient model, you can do more things. And believe me, we've been testing out with DeepSeek, we've been testing out with QN, and let me tell you, they're both wicked fast, wicked efficient. I mean, we're testing on laptops, we're testing on servers, we're testing on, small setups to large setups. And I know this has nothing to do with crypto, but it does have to do with investing. So I am paying attention to, all kinds of, chip manufacturers that are out there. So I'm doing my research there. And one of the other reasons is because Google has partnered. I forgot what the chip manufacturer's name is, but Google has partnered with them or has tapped them to create chips for them for AI. So yeah, I think obviously chips is going to be where it's at right now. And NVIDIA is the leader, but if everybody's building capable chips and you're not beholden to NVIDIA's CUDA, well, you can make money. Just putting that out there for you. There are places where you can make money. So pay attention to that space. Goldman Sachs warns of rapid gold demand due to US dollar safety concerns. That's why it's above 3,000. Now, another reason why they're saying it's above 3,000 is because, well, gold is hot. It's tangible. That makes it a big deal, a very big deal. So yeah, we should absolutely be paying attention to that. Also, Grayscale says that it's wealthy Americans that's leading crypto adoption. Obviously, because they got money. Give me one moment to get back to that, Hutanic. But look at it like this: that's not adoption. That's investment. We need to get on people about using the right words, the right terminology. That's investment, not adoption. Adoption is the use of. Now, it has to do as much with PAX-G being an investment since the Fed shows their gold priced at $42. there aren't enough people. I hear what you're saying, and I've seen it in the video that you sent me, but that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me, like, at all. So I have to do a little bit more research on that, because it makes zero sense to me. $42. That maybe that was the original price they got it at, but it doesn't make sense to me that that's the number that they would have associated with the amount of gold that, you know, the United States is holding. I have a lot to learn about precious metals. That's not something I'm into, but that just doesn't sound right, and it bothers me that it's not all over the news. It's not all over the news, and that would be something that's newsworthy. No, what you say, well, we've got, you know, X number of megatons, whatever the heck, of gold, and it's $42 an ounce. Nah, that does not make sense. And I know I must be getting something wrong. Like I said, I have to do more research on that. So, so do I do more research, or do I just go out and buy some Pax G? Silver still super undervalued. Is it? Is it? I mean, really? What is it used for? Besides jewelry, what is it used for? Used to be circuit boards for a minute. Treasury Secretary Bessent warns U.S. financial crisis was narrowly avoided and downplays market correction fears. And I'm like, dude, how do you figure that? Narrowly avoided, as if it was past tense. Bruh. I don't see how. I don't see how. I'm joking with you. I know silver is the bomb. Paul, like I said, I'm not a precious metals person. So there are a couple of people that I talk to about precious metals when I get the inkling, and I just don't know. But I don't understand how Bessent can actually say, Treasury Secretary Bessent can actually sit there and say the crisis was averted. I don't see how. I don't understand how you can say the crisis was averted. A silver stable coin. You know how much? You mean based on silver? I don't know about that one. You have to be holding it. You know what I mean? You'd have to be holding it. It would take a lot of money to do that. Somebody holding, I mean, there are companies out there that probably could do it. But I'm just thinking about that. How did we avoid the crisis? I don't think that crisis is over. We've got a lot of layoffs coming, a lot of layoffs that happened. I mean, the U.S. government has a whole bunch of layoffs. I mean, I don't see how you can actually say, oh, you know, crisis was averted. You're putting that in the past tense, dude. We're still capable of realizing that risk. Pax G is the shizzle. Yeah, you peg it to silver and back it by silver. So there are a few companies that could do it. But why would you? It's not an easy thing to do. It's not an easy thing to do. I mean, if you're, excuse me, if you were sitting on a whole bunch of silver that you're trying to sell, that's when you would do it. That's when I would be thinking, yeah, you could do it. So you wonder, well, could Paxos do it? It would take a lot of money. Copper is one to invest in too. Buy the real thing at the coin store will rob you on both sides. Yep. That's facts. If you look at some of these coin companies, they actually, I watched a couple of videos and they were like, oh yeah, they're saying this coin weighs or has this much gold in it. And they put it on there and they're like, yeah, close, but not close enough. That's somebody who clipped off some gold, mixed in something else, and then put it back out on the street. Yeah, you see that a lot. You see that a lot. And I'm like, yeah, not feeling that idea. Yeah, they say, no, we buy a wholesale. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that one. I don't know. But I'm looking at all this news. I mean, that's a lot of news. Hashtags about, thinking about making moves. And if you took my class about learning how to do your own research, you know that hashtags is floating a bubble. They're looking to see if they get pushback from it. And if they don't get pushback from it, they're prepared to go full steam ahead with those ETFs. I think they're fully prepared to do that. Like, no doubt. There's no doubt. You know what I mean? But shockingly, I'm looking at Standard Chartered pulling back their call for Ethereum 50%. They think the high for Ethereum this year is going to be 4,000. Wow. On all kinds of levels. Wow. Layer 2 scaling solutions could dilute ETH's value by reducing network fees. Don't they get that back from usage? Like, So, but that's a big call. That's a really big call from Standard Chartered. 50%. 50%. And the all-time high is 4891.70. So only a little bit below 5,000. So they're not saying that it's going to break its current all-time high. They're saying, no, it's going to fall short. Because of network fees. I don't know about that. More usage makes the price go up. So that's what I'm having a problem with. The coin store says, let me double your money and keep your initial investment. Yeah, I don't deal with coin stores. I've heard stories. I've stood there with somebody when they were trying to do a deal with a coin store, and I was just like, yeah, no. I mean, I'm sitting on a lot of silver dollars. Just because I like them. They have when you flick them in the air, they sound different. They sound completely different. When Ethereum runs, alt season will start. I've been wanting to have a conversation about alt season. As you know, I do not believe that this cycle is like any previous cycle, and I don't think it's going to be like any coming cycle. I think from now on, everything is going to be different. Oh, snap. Is that really Ham's house? No. Hello, Ham's house. What'd you get back from vacation from the Champs-Élysées or something? Haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I'm busting your chops. That's right. Have you invested in yourself? That means, have you done your 15 minutes of investment research? Standard Chartered, it was foul for that. I don't understand how they pull back from 8,000 to 4,000 and the all-time high is 48.91. That's literally saying we have no faith that Ethereum will hit its all-time high. So what if they make less money from fees? You're still using the network and they're still using Ethereum. And then if there are lower fees, more people would turn to it, not just to use it, but to build on it again. I don't understand that equation that they used. Having a hard time. And it was hot all weekend. Projects are rebuilding on it. So it's that statement makes me feel a kind of way. Makes me feel that kind of way. I hope alts run soon. Bitcoin dominance is way too high right now. Yeah, but who cares? It's not going to stay that way. It's not going to stay that way. I mean, literally, you should, every time you walk into a store, you say, "You accept crypto yet?" Don't get into a long, deep conversation about why not or anything else. You accept Bitcoin yet? I'm looking at stores that accept Bitcoin or accept some kind of crypto. All right, let me know. And just walk out. You get more and more people that ask a store owner, "Hey, you accepting crypto yet? Hey, you accepting crypto yet? Hey, you accepting crypto yet?" It's sort of like credit cards. They went door to door with credit cards. Credit cards is the best thing. Credit cards is the next thing. Credit cards, credit cards, credit cards, credit cards, credit cards. A Touch of Mink with Cary Grant and Doris Day about credit cards. Yeah. ETH will inflate forever. Do you mean inflate or grow? Seriously, do you mean inflate or grow? I think Ethereum is going to grow. It's already established itself as, as far as I'm concerned, a part of that connective tissue. So if they're a part of that connective tissue and more people are starting to develop on that platform, on that blockchain, and fees go lower and Petra comes in and does what it's supposed to do, you see what I mean? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So I'm kind of like, yeah, that's kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. So I don't know. Hum's House is definitely doing research. Good man. That's what's up. That's what's up. I want to hear everybody doing research, everybody investing in themselves. Everybody. If I miss saying hello to somebody, I want you guys to say hello to them, and I want you to ask them if they've invested in themselves today. Always. I want us to stay on top of that. I mean, it's at its max supply now, inflating forever. I thought you could make more. Ooh. Huh. That's a wee bit interesting. I'm just looking stuff up. Don't mind me. Doing some research. Yep, all-time high. Yep. It's growing at the rate of stake and rewards. Yep. No more ETH can be minted, mined, or anything, right? 1925. Wow. What'd I buy at 1925? That wasn't a real question. That was, of course, I would buy in 1925. I was just looking at stuff. No. I've never heard of JM Bullion. I would do some more research. Why would you use them instead of PAX G? Just wondering. Why wouldn't you buy at Costco? Just wondering. I'm thinking do a little bit more research before you do that. I've never heard. I'm not in the metal space, so I don't know if that's a reputable company or not. But before I go do business with a company, I need to know that what I'm buying is real. You know what I mean? Like, is it certified? Who's it certified by? There's a lot that goes into that. A lot that goes into that. They take Bitcoin. Shocker there. Shocker there. So is there any other news that has shocked you? I'm still bothered by Standard Chartered. And Hutanic, you're right. Yeah, that research is better news than I would have thought. I wasn't even paying attention. That means it's all out there on the street. Which goes toward Ethereum, Cardano. Yeah. Just saying. I would rather have Patch G. If the price sinks 10%, you can flip it to USDT in seconds. That's a good reason. It's a good reason. And Hutanic, I'm going to ask a question. You know I know the answer because you've told me already. For Patch G, if you wanted to, couldn't you just you could have them send you your gold? Asking for a friend. Yeah, for holding on to it, you always have to have a buyer. But so 8 pause. The reason why I asked that question is because I wanted you to see the answer. ShibDev, he was leaving to go to be an ambassador for Shib to help create more developing projects and partners in the 36 Chambers talks. Nice. Awareness is kind of a thing. You are selling it into ETH, and there is always a buyer. So your loss is decreased. Your risk is decreased, is what Hutanic is saying. So I would definitely go do some research on JM Bullion, and I should do some research on Patch G. Just saying. 8pause, you can do whatever you want, but these are your fellow baggers saying, hey, before you go rush to go do that, here's an alternative. And then you just have to but you just have to wonder about, okay, where can I go get Patch G? How do I get my hands on Patch G? What's the path to Patch G? Hutanic, what's the path to Patch G, sir? You get the failed fiat. That's mean. JO is okay. Their fees are high. So they're not okay. Uphold cannot be the only one that's dealing in Patch G. Hold on a second. They cannot be. Uniswap v2, Uniswap v3, Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, KuCoin, Kraken, BingX, Crypto.com, LBank, Gemini. You know I don't do business with Gemini. And I already said Kraken. So you have places where you can go get it. Strangely enough, if Exodus is just a wallet, isn't it? I've never heard of Weeks. I would never touch it. Not never, but never. I have to do research with every place that I do business with, every single one. And if I come across a name like that, Weeks, I'm like, I've never heard of it. I have a problem with small exchanges. No, that's not what I mean. Exodus has deals with companies that complete it, right? Right? Is Exodus an exchange? Exodus is just a wallet, isn't it? And they have deals with other companies to make things available to you. Tell me if I'm wrong. I don't use Exodus, so Exodus is a DEX. Thank you for that. But yeah, you have a whole bunch of places where you can go get it. A whole bunch of places where you can go get it. So, PAX G, and I've never used Exodus, which is crazy. You know what? I haven't had a reason to use Exodus. You know what I mean? Like everything that I've wanted to get, I've been able to get my hands on through other means. So I haven't had to use Exodus. I think I've used Uniswap 2 or 3 times. You know what I mean? I research what I need, what I want to get, and the harder it is, if it's too hard to get it, I ain't getting it. Let me say that again for you. If it's too hard for me to get, I'm not getting it. You can use a Trezor with Exodus 2. Trezor supports XMR2. Just saying. Yes. My. You mean Monero? I thought it was Monero, but I had to be 100% sure. What's Cake? I don't use Trezor, by the way. I'm not a Trezor guy. Never been a Trezor guy. What's Cake? Don't tell me something silly like, oh, it's chocolate. Come on, Rick. What's Cake? Cake swap or pancake swap? Sir? Yeah. Spell out the whole the whole word. Because I'm pretty sure you mean pancake swap. Rank number 77, as the coin is. It's one word, pancake, like pancakes. Get it? Pancakes. Yeah, I'm busting your chops. In case you couldn't realize, yeah, that's what I was doing. I like the fact that it hooks up to, that Exodus allows you to hook up to Trezor. Shocking, doesn't it? Wouldn't it hook up to Ledger? Trezor being open source doesn't necessarily mean better. I have nothing against Trezor. Let's go there. I have nothing against Trezor. Trezor is one that I had thought about using. I just got my hands on Ledger first. That's the only difference. That's the only difference. Yeah, and I've never had anybody say anything. I've never heard anybody say something negative about Trezor. I'll say that too. I don't own one personally, but there's a big bagger that does. There's a big bagger that does. So I pay attention to stuff like that. I do my own research, but it helps me to know that other people that I know, that I trust, use something too, and would recommend it. Not just that they use it, right? But they still would recommend it. Yeah, I had a need. I did the research, chose one, done. And it didn't help. It didn't hurt that one of my friends had a ledger as a gift for me and said, here, check it out. Checked it out. And I was like, okay, I'm good. Wouldn't mind getting my hands on a ledger, on a Trezor. I have to have a need. I have to have a need. It's like a whole bunch of people invite me to other countries. Oh, stay in my house, blah, blah, blah. I have to have a need to go there. Not just let me go visit somebody, be a pain in their ass. No, I have to have a need. So I usually don't travel. I mean, I go on vacations and stuff, but I don't travel to other places for the sake of traveling. I need to have a client there. So like, there's no reason for me to go to like, let's say Tennessee, unless I have a client there. There's none. Although the food. So it's like some kind of Star Wars thing. The Exodus Trezor combo is strong. The Force is strong in that one. What else do we have? You know what? I need to check. Okay, so that one's from Glassnode. Saw that one. Put a like on that. And then that one's Big Baggers. I'm just checking the feeds to see if I missed anything. Pepsi buying Poppy for $1.95 billion. What? Why'd they do it? Yeah, because people are swearing off a soda and Poppy is far less and more healthy. Like, soda's not healthy. Poppy moves in a totally different direction. So it's kind of like, that's why they bought them. That's why they bought them. Take them out. Now we have to see if they change the recipe or anything. That's going to be we got to change the recipe to save money. But that's what we have to watch out for. Because Rayo's, the pasta sauce used to be some of the best pasta sauce in the world. Place down in Harlem. Italian spot down in Harlem, Rayo's. That's where it comes from. And I forgot who bought the recipe and everything, but they bought the recipe and immediately changed it. So it's not really Rayo's. And nobody likes it. You want that sauce? That's not the Rayo's sauce. Exodus is a great place to swing trade since they have so many tokens. Example, where you can trade Doge for BTC on a DEX. Yeah. But you could do that with a lot of DEXs. So, yeah. Exodus is not the largest DEX, by the way. Nope. They are not the largest DEX. Let me see something. Give me a moment. So the biggest DEXs out there: Pancake Swap, Radium, Uniswap, Curve, Uniswap again, Pancake Swap again. Like, you just have a whole bunch of them. Control F. Exodus? No. It's a spot. Control F. Exit. Really? I am not fine. Give me a second. Let me see this. Exodus. Huh. So how come I can't see it on the list? So that you know, I'm trying to find Exodus on CoinMarketCap on one of their lists, and that's what I'm not finding. It's ticking me off. And I'm looking for. There's DEX Swap. All right. It goes up 378 of 378. Control F. Exodus. Are you sure Exodus is a? Are you sure Exodus is a DEX? Because I'm not seeing it. I mean, see what I mean? So DEX. Even if you look up swap, 253. Yeah, okay. Control F. Not there. I don't know. You sure it's a Dex and not just a wallet, sir? Exodus Dex. No, it's a wallet. I was right. It's a wallet. It's not a Dex. It's a wallet connected to Dexes. It's not a Dex. That's why we're not finding it. Because if you're not finding it on CoinMarketCap, yeah, that's not what it is. It's a wallet. I was right the first time. They're a wallet that's connected to a whole bunch of places where you can find stuff. Still cool. Don't get me wrong. Still cool. But it's a wallet. They got a seat at the crypto summit. Yeah, that crypto summit was a bust though. So didn't mean anything. The crypto summit was a huge bust. Nothing happened. It's a huge photo op. That's all it was. Come take a picture with the current regime. That's it. When I traded Sol for Pax G a month ago in my ledger, I used Exodus Dex in the ledger to make the trade. Yeah, no, that sounds weird. If they're not listed on CoinMarketCap, I'm pretty sure it's just a connected wallet. So look at it like this. That actually makes sense because I've got my Ledger wallet connected to other wallets. And from those other wallets, I can do other things, thusly expanding the reach of my Ledger. So that actually does make sense. So like when you're using Lace connected to it, and you can do other things with Lace that you can't do every place else. That's an example. Had me going crazy there for a minute. So I was like, yeah, I'm pretty, because I was like pretty doggone sure. The big deal though is that you can do so much with Exodus. That's the whole point. So they have an Exodus token that they sell, but you have to KYC, so nope. They sell themselves? Because yeah, in certain situations, you must KYC. I'm actually not mad that they make you go through that. I have no problem with that whatsoever. None whatsoever. What do you mean it's a stock? Their token is a stock? They've tokenized their stocks? What it is a stock? Because that would be interesting. Is Exodus publicly traded? Is that what you're telling me, sir? Stock. Nope. That's Exodus movement. That's not the same thing we're talking about. Yeah, no. What's a stock? Part of my research is getting feedback from the Big Baggers fam. Point taken. Good job. I like that. Ah, okay. Thanks, Utanic. This is how we learn. This is how we learn. Everybody sits back and says, yeah, we're taking a little bit deeper of a dive on something, and I'm not sure about that. Let me go do some more research. That's what's up. Now you know why I love the Big Baggers. Because we'll get into conversations and be like, yeah, what's going on with this? What's going on with that? I like this. I like that. Blah, 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 blah. Next thing you know, hey, let's take a deeper dive on this. That's the idea. And then we all find out. And again, for Trezor, have never heard anything negative about it. And I can say the same for Exodus. Never heard anything negative about it. So that's enough for me to go, yeah, I'd go do Exodus. I don't use it. I have no reason to use it right now, but I would. How's that sound? That's kind of a big deal. But I love 8 Paws and 2 Feet's response. Part of my research is getting feedback from Big Bagger fam. That's what's up. There's no way in the world I'm going to use an ATM. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Nope. I mean, keep telling you guys, I'm a kid from the Bronx. So I can see it's all over. There are crypto ATMs all over Staten Island. My boy was telling me it's like all over Staten Island. I'm kind of like, yeah. Who's running them things? Unregistered ATMs? I'm good off that. I'm all right. If the bank has a holiday, I will use Exodus at a BTC ATM. You're a good man. I'm not going to say never, but never am I going to use an ATM. I mean, not never, but I would have to have an extreme need. An extreme need. Because one of the rules for ATMs is, well, you got to KYC. You got to do something. And I'm kind of like, yeah. And those ATMs, some of them take your picture and all that good stuff. So you got to go up in there wearing a mask, do your thing, and then bounce. If the bank has failed, yeah, then I'll go use an ATM. So remember we were talking about, well, you weren't on, but we were talking about the idea that banks can now do crypto, right? And I'm kind of like, oh, that's going to be interesting. That's going to be very, very interesting. So if the banks can now custody crypto, how are they going to custody crypto? Why would they custody crypto? Who's going to provide those services for them until they rebuild them? And that might be a saving grace for a lot of banks to get people to keep the money in the bank. But my next question is going to be, what happens if a bank fails? Just like you said, what happens if a bank fails and they're handling custody for your crypto? What? Like I said, for me, I'm going to use it to on-ramp. I would use the bank to on-ramp, grab a couple of things, and then take it off. I mean, that's a way. That's a use case. Me personally, yeah, I'm not going to. Maybe. Easier, faster, might not have to hold your crypto any place for an extended period of time, like on Coinbase. What is it, 5 days, 7 days that they have to hold your crypto? Why? That they have to hold your assets? Why? Yeah, I don't like that. There's no reason whatsoever. None. A bank has to clear a check in 24 hours. The hell is that? Yeah, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all. I did the mask thing in 2019 to test it. How'd it work? I put my hat and my sunglasses on like I was going into an... The fact that you would say that, why would you know that, sir? Why would you know that? But have you done it since? Does it work now? There are new rules. I mean, that's 6 years ago. That's not life now. Now I need to know. That's interesting. I just looked up and I'm looking at the list of exchanges. Do you know that Bybit is is still in the top 5 cryptos out there. I mean, that's average liquidity, number of markets. Like, how are they stacking this? That they're calling it number 2. Let's go by trading volume. Wow, by trading volume, Bybit. Wow, that's far away. How are they ranking them though? Like, I can't. If you go to Coin Market Cap, I'm trying to see how do they rank the how do they rank them? How do they rank, all of them? The exchanges, and I see no rhyme or reason. It's not by trading volume. Yeah, whatever. It's not by trading volume. It's not by average liquidity. It's not by weekly visits. It's not by, yeah, it's not even by the number of markets. It's not by the number of coins. I would have to do some research on how CoinMarketCap is ranking these guys, because I just don't see it. Just don't see it. That's nuts. All right, what did I miss? So I will test one tomorrow. Thank you, Hutanic. About 1,000 feet away. Nice. I seen an email about Coinbase wasn't going to allow storage of tokens on their exchanges. Huh? Storage of tokens on their exchanges? I don't know what that means. They're an exchange. What do you mean not allowing storage of tokens on their exchange? That's what they do. Was it spam? That's what it sounds like. I mean, that's their business. That's their core business. So my Amazon stock in 2020, it took 10 days to get my money. I don't see an issue with 5 days on Coinbase. Stock is different. There are a whole bunch of different registrations and everything else. Coinbase, there's no reason. They're liquid assets. They don't have to file anything with the government or anything else like that. No, they should not be holding on to my money. If I on ramp money with them and then I go buy something, they want me to hold it there for X amount of time. Why? If I go to the bank and I deposit my money, I can use it Johnny on the spot. If I deposit a check, 24 hours, I can use it. So I'm depositing cash and I'm buying something, and you mean to tell me I can't remove it from the platform? No, there's no reason. There's no reason other than what? They're earning money off the interest? Because remember, that was the whole problem with banks. That was the whole reason why banks would take so long to clear your check. It never had to take that long to clear a check, ever. It was all just for them to be able to sit on your money, because they were making interest on your money as it was sitting there. They already had it. That's why when that law came across, it was so easy to get it across, because the banking systems were already processing that money. It was already like this. They weren't waiting for another bank to, send them the money or anything else like that. That happened already. It happened a long time ago. They're just sitting there making interest off your money. Again, saving, as in putting your money in a bank, is you giving your money to somebody else so they can make money off your money. Investing is you making money off your money. Kind of a big deal. That money was waiting for my BTC wallet. Go in a corner. Just go. They should have fronted you. Yeah, I'm not mad about that. Yep. Rick, where are you, man? I need an answer to that one. And where was that email? They're like, I have so many questions on that one. So many questions. Seriously, don't click that email, man. Marcus Mashusli. I'm sorry. I'm butchering your name and I apologize. Marchluski? Is that how you pronounce it? Yes or no? Tell me, please. Marcus Marchluski. It's going to bother me. And this had to have been the first time you said something, because I don't butcher names like that all the time. It's a special event. Close. Ugh. I'm so upset now. Oh, that hurt. That really hurt. And welcome, because that was your first comment. Welcome. If I buy ETH for gas on CB, I can send it to a wallet right away. If you buy ETH for gas, not necessarily so. If you're already holding something, I'm talking about your initial transaction. Pretend you're not holding anything on Coinbase, okay? You're not holding anything on Coinbase. You on-ramp $5,000. You buy Ethereum. You can't move for 5 days. If you're using Coinbase and you already have funds there, you're not using the new stuff. They're pulling from the old. That new stuff still has 5 days. Still has 5 days. So yeah, that's the thing. Does Coinbase make you stake the coins if they hold them? No. No, you can, but no. And Marcus, where are you from? We like knowing like what part of the world you're from. We're truly, this is truly an international group. I mean, we've got a lot of different countries out there. And I'm really sorry for butchering your name. I'm annoyed. I'm annoyed with myself right now. Like truly, truly, truly annoyed. I don't like that. I hate when people butcher people's names. So we're waiting on Marcus right now. And Marcus, we have a thing in this community. And it is taking the time to invest in yourself. 15 minutes a day to invest in yourself. And that means doing your own research. I always fund Coinbase with USDC days before I'm going to buy. Yep. If you can see that far ahead, yes, that's what you have to do. That is very much true. Do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. That's a deliberate move. Germany. Wow. Welcome. I am also... Oh, dude. Now I know who you are. The man who loves. I've seen that one before. I've just never seen this one before. That's awesome. That is awesome, awesome, awesome. So that means you have been here before, because I've seen that name before. But, it's not just Google. The man who loves, was it just Google, or are you on Instagram too? Because I've definitely seen the man who loves. I've definitely seen that one. I've just never seen this one. And don't worry, everybody. I don't have I have other channels, but I don't use them. I don't use them to produce content. Yep, Insta, because I've seen you on Insta. So thank you for coming over from Insta. Greatly appreciate you. Anyway, everybody, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Hope you enjoy what we're doing here. We're trying to build a healthy learning community about investment, not just crypto, but investment. Stocks, bonds, crypto, real estate, businesses. That's what we're all about here. So if you like what we're doing, smash the likes, right? And then as 314, Coinbase is transitioning to self-custodial wallets, alleging unregistered securities and unlicensed operation. The court had mandated that users manage their own wallet. No. No. Impossible. I'll do some research on it, but I have a Coinbase account. I have not seen that email. Don't click anything. I haven't even seen news to that effect. Haven't even seen news to that effect. Where'd that email come from? That does not sniff well to me. See, Paul is not here to remind me, so 8 Paws stepped in and remind me about tonight's poll. Tonight's poll: what firm just filed an S1 for SUI ETF? Galaxy Digital, 10%. Fidelity, still 0. We had 10 votes. Fidelity got 0. BlackRock got 4 votes, or 40%. Other got 50%. It's Canary Capital. It's Canary Capital. I first saw the news via Bloomberg earlier. Way earlier. Yeah, I'm not going to pay attention to Crypto Lifer then. I would probably never pay attention to Crypto Lifer again. That would have been breaking news all over the place. We would have spent all day Sunday talking about it. That does not sound right. Doesn't sniff right. Where do you get that email from? Skip this. Let's go do a check. Because it could be right. Coinbase self-custody. Coinbase wallet. Are you talking about Coinbase wallet or Coinbase the exchange? Coinbase wallet, yeah, that's not a thing. Maybe they have to separate themselves from Coinbase and Coinbase wallet. That I could see, but that would have been news too. So I don't know what he's talking about. Nah. Coinbase requiring custodial wallets. Coinbase is and it's user who controls. Yeah, no. So we'd have to say it's within 5 days, right? So let's say within the past week. Yeah. Go to Cointelegraph. Crypto users report new scam emails spoofing Coinbase and Gemini. Yeah. I think maybe you got hit with that. Because, yeah, that would be huge news if it was Coinbase, the exchange, that had to do that. That would be huge news. We would have seen it in like 50 million different places. So, Crypto Lifer. Was it Archie Bunker? Yeah, I know some of you are too young for that one. For that one. 8 Paws into yes on staking on a centralized. They don't force you to stake. They do not force you to stake. You can stake, but they don't force you to stake. Crypto Lifer should join the big baggers. That's what Crypto Lifer should do. Crypto Lifer, where is he? Is he on YouTube? Curious. So yeah, Yeah, he's on YouTube. 92.9 thousand followers. Dude. He's got 92.9 thousand followers. And he put that out. Wow. Yeah. You're in his Discord. I hear you, man. But so he's making money off of Discord, most likely. He's definitely making money off of. I'm looking at him. Actually, you know what? Come take the ride with me. This is the guy, right? Is that the guy? Because I'm like, good person in person, but yep, that's him. good person in person, but you've got close to 93,000 followers or subscribers, and he put out information like that. Please be careful. Please be careful. I'm not perfect, but that's a huge miss. I might get numbers wrong, things like that. That right there is a huge miss. Huge miss. I would be very careful, sir. I'd be very careful. Sure. I'm not looking down on anybody, but I do have an issue with passing off something like that as, now you know why I say do your own research, know your entries and exits, and absolutely invest deliberately. In his Discord, he put it up, and he doesn't shill either. That's a good thing. He does trading, education, mentorship, investment. Oh, so he offers investment services? Okay, Mauricio, we don't do that. It was funny. I shouldn't have laughed. I apologize. We don't do that. The guy's trying to do his thing the same way I'm trying to do my thing. So I wouldn't call anybody a sheep. I wouldn't call anybody a shepherd. He's trying to do his thing. I'm trying to do my thing. I just feel that was a big miss. But what happened? One of our members said, "Hey, I came across something," and he floated it by the team, and we all looked at it and said, "Hey, we might want to tap the brakes on that one." And then what he said, as a good person, said, "I'm going to go tell him because I deal with the guy on his Discord, so I'm going to go tell him and let him know." That's the way to do it. So we don't judge anything like that. So let's not do that. It was funny, but not funny at the same time. You know what I mean? So let's stay away from that. But yeah, I mean, I see what he's all about. I'll leave it at that. I see what he's all about. And Rick Ritchie, I have to say, thank you very much for, hopping on the hours, because he's got a show weekends, 8 to 10 p.m. Weekdays, he's on from 10 to 12. So I appreciate you hopping on. But everybody, anyway, it's late. It's 9:12. I want to go relax. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sharing. I greatly appreciate it. It's a very big deal to me. If you got friends that you want to invite, be greatly appreciated. We will be growing. If you guys have noticed, I haven't done any marketing whatsoever because we're waiting. We're waiting to finish launching everything. And we've got the new site. We're still making updates on it. We had to fix the scroll. So now it'll scroll the way you would expect it to. You'll just see things pop on, which is a very big deal. Hutanik, are you laughing at me again, sir? Are you laughing at me again? As long as I get some brisket, some ribs, laugh on. Everybody, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your patience. And most of all, thank you for your trust. I greatly appreciate all of you. Have a great night. Bye-bye.